A tale of resilience and gratitude, the inspiring story of the Mani Man. A long time ago, there was a man who lived in Kham in eastern Tibet. He was known as the Mani Man as he spent all day, every day, spinning a homemade spinning wheel, also known as a Mani wheel. As many Tibetans did, he believed that by spinning his wheel, which was filled with innumerable mantras and had inscriptions wrapped around the central axis, believed that spinning the wheel actualized the prayers inscribed upon it. Everyone in town knew that no matter the time of day, they would find the Mani Man, faithfully spinning his wheel, which was filled with Tibet's national mantra, the mantra of great compassion, Om Mani Padme Hum. The Mani Man lived with his beloved son. His wife, who used to be a devoted practitioner, had passed away a long time ago. Both lived in one of the rough stone houses near to the river and lived a very humble life. Their minds were free from unnecessary wants or needs. The only big possession they had was a fine horse. The son was the father's adoration, and the horse the son's joy. One day the Mani Man and his son realized his horse had disappeared. All the neighbors in town lamented the loss, but the Mani Man kept a happy, serene mind and continued to spin his Mani wheel while reciting Om Mani Padme Hum. Every time a neighbor approached him to show their condolences or ask about the incident, the Mani Man would reply, "We should be grateful about everything. We can't know what is good or bad. We will see." The days passed and the horse made his way back home. He was not alone. The horse had brought with him 2 wild mustangs. The Mani Man and the son quickly and successfully trained the new horses. This time, the neighbors approached the man and celebrated his good luck. The Mani Man remained unmoving, with a mind as impassive as wood, and simply continued spinning his prayer wheel while reciting the mantra of Avalokiteshvara. Once again, when the neighbors congratulated him, he replied, "I am grateful, but who knows? We will see." Time went by, and while riding, the son fell from one of the horses, breaking his leg. The neighbors that witnessed the terrible accident ran to help the injured son and carried him back home, while bemoaning his fate and cursing the horse. When the neighbors arrived at the man's house, he received them with a very peaceful attitude. The neighbors were astonished about how peaceful he appeared after such a terrible accident. Once again, the Mani Man replied to their protestations of fate with his words of wisdom. "Buddha is generous. I am grateful as my son is still alive. We will see." As war had begun between Kham's kingdoms, and only 1 week after the accident, military officers arrived at the town and took with them all young local boys to join them in war. As the Mani Man's son was bedridden, he was left behind by the soldiers. The neighbors went to see the Mani Man and congratulated him, as he had created the causes for his great fortune by faithfully spinning his prayer wheel and reciting Avalokiteshvara's mantra. This time he just smiled and remained silent. One day, when the boy and his father were watching their fine horses graze on the prairie grass, the old man suddenly began to sing, "Life just goes around and around, up and down like a water wheel. Our lives are like its buckets, being emptied and refilled again and again. Like the potter's clay, our physical existences are fashioned into one form after another. The shapes are broken and reformed again and again. The low will be high, and the high fall down. The dark will grow light, and the rich lose all. If you, my son, were an extraordinary child, off to a monastery as an incarnation they would carry you. If you were too bright, my son, shackled to other people's disputes at an official's desk, you would be. One horse is one horse's worth of trouble. Wealth is good, but too soon loses its savor and can be a burden, a source of quarrel in the end. No one knows what karma awaits us, but what we sow now will be reaped in lives to come, that is certain. So be kind to one and all, and don't be biased, based upon illusions regarding gain and loss. Have neither hope nor fear. expectation nor anxiety. Give thanks for everything, whatever your lot may be. Accept everything, accept everyone, and follow the Buddha's infallible law. Be simple and carefree, remaining naturally at ease and in peace. You can shoot arrows at the sky if you like, my son, but they'll inevitably fall back to earth. As he sang, the prayer flags fluttered overhead, and the ancient Mani wheel, filled with hundreds of thousands of handwritten mantras, just kept turning. Then the old man was silent,